everyone, so in this video we're going to take a look at what the current meta is for Forbidden Sanctum. Okay, this will be glancing through from day 1, day 2, day 3, and even what is the most popular build right now at this point of time. Okay, so I do know that this is already more than 1 week of the league, and I think this is somewhere where it is suitable to see how the meta is going to carry for the rest of the league. Alright, do take note, this is directly taken from PoE Ninja, so the data might not be exactly accurate, but we'll have more or less a rough idea on what is going on. And of course, I only go through based off from what I know. Okay, I do not know every single build. I think it's quite crazy for someone to know that extremely well, and I only comment based off from my own personal opinion on what I think is for that build. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, and for day one we can see that Elementalist is at the top of the chart. Okay, this is quite surprising. Usually it is always Saboteur at the top, because everybody just wants to play either traps. Usually it's just Seismic traps or Juggernaut. They are the best single target builds out there, alright, in the early game with little to no investment. Alright, there's really no skill that can outspeed or outrun this build right now unless there is a very big major nerf to it. So I'm a little bit surprised to see Elementalist on the first place. Okay, so let's just see Elementalist. Basically they are playing Wave of Conviction. So I have actually seen this build, the Wave of Conviction, where they actually use Wave of Conviction as their main skill. Okay, it's really very interesting, and it is not something that was played previously. So this guy is actually using the Obliteration Wand. It is actually very popular this league. Yeah, you can see most of the players are actually using this. What it does is, whenever you kill a monster, alright, 20% chance it will explode and it will deal quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. So which means there is a lot of map clear here. It is very powerful, alright, as well as you gain physical damage as extra chaos damage. So on top of the implicit of increased spell damage, this build just clears things extremely fast. Even though your conviction is a little bit slow, but the moment you hit the pack of mobs and kill them, everything else behind it will explode. So you just think of it this way, like the Occultist Ascendancy, I can't remember what was it, that when you kill a monster, the rest of it nearby also explodes, dealing I think 1/10 of their life as damage, or as chaos damage. Right, and next we have Explosive Arrow. I don't think this is a very uncommon build. It is kind of like one of the most staple builds right now to start off. Okay, even my friend is playing it, and what I can say about this build is actually very good in the early game. By that I meant it scales extremely well with a lot of things, such as it's good in mapping. It is also good in bossing. Alright, it is not the worst. It has very decent damage, but not the best. So I would say this is actually an all-rounder build for EA. It should be EA Ballista. Okay, it should be EA Ballista. So yeah, this two is the most common ones, and then we have Vortex as well. I think this is the ground Vortex with Creeping Frost, or I think there's another one, right? Okay, let's just take a look at this guy. Oh wow, he already has Skin of Lots on day 1. Okay. So yeah, this is the very normal ground Vortex, alright, where you just put down your Vortex as you walk. You don't really have to click any other thing, just left click, bind Vortex on your left click button and just move around. It is really very simple. Any monsters that chase you behind is gonna get killed by the Vortex, because Vortex does a lot of damage. Okay, the base damage that comes off from Vortex is very very high. Right, you can see they have deals 1209 to 1813 cold damage, and then additional on top of that you still deal 2300 on average about cold damage per second. This is just the base, alright, is really quite good and ridiculous for a starter, for a league starter. Alright, so this is Elementalist, and then coming next we have Saboteur. I think this is a no-brainer. Seismic Trap, Juggernaut, we are gonna have the same thing over again. Many of them are playing this just to rush to the end game bosses, because like I mentioned, you don't really need a lot of investment in this. Alright. Let's just take a quick look at one of their builds. You can see this guy is just using Tabula Rasa, right? And then we have Annihilating Light. Okay, this guy's build is a bit interesting. I don't think they usually use Annihilating Light, right? But yeah, there are a lot of different variants of the build. Oh, this guy is going Ice Trap. Sorry, my bad. Wait, most of them are Ice Trap. Sorry, I've seen the wrong build. My bad. Okay, so yeah, Cold Iron Point. Yeah, I remember it was Cold Iron Point. I was like, why is that Annihilating Light? My bad. So yes, more of them will go the double Cold Iron Point, because Seismic Trap and Juggernaut are physical skills. Alright, and then basically equipping 2 is going to give you +6 level to them, and that's why as long as you stack a lot of the traps, right? I think the main one is Seismic, and then you have Juggernaut as a sub. Where is it? Here. Juggernaut is gonna be the sub sub trap skills to actually clear maps faster. Okay, Seismic is the real damage dealer right here. And when you just throw tons of it on the boss, as long as the boss spawns, you just need to detonate or trigger. No, traps doesn't need to trigger, sorry. I never really played a trap build before, so I'm not sure. But yes, the moment the boss steps on it, all of the trap, right, it's gonna blast them up until I don't know where, alright? Basically, they're just gonna melt like crazy. That's what I know. Okay, and then next, we have Dead Eye. So Dead Eye Venom Gyro was actually the talk of the town before even League started. Okay, it's a very staple skill with very good clear. I have never played before, but I've seen my friend play it before, and I know that Venom Gyro, this skill itself is very the AoE or the clear, right, is so good that you don't really need anything else. Like usually when you play a skill with projectile, you probably want to use GMP or something like that, right? But from here you can see actually Venom Gyro doesn't even use GMP. They basically use a new support, not a new support, but they use another support called Fog support. Okay, so skills that fog, whenever you hit one, basically it just splits out and hit more targets. And for Venom Gyro, when the projectile is returning back to you, you basically have a chance to catch the projectile with Whirling Blade and shoot them again. So it's like there's multiple instances of Venom Gyro being shot out at the same time. Alright. So I think this is like the the most common build. The rest is quite low. So there is Lightning Arrow and Tornado Shot also, and this is nothing special. It's just the very usual bow build skills. Okay. And then next we have Occultist. So Occultist is going for Poisonous Concoction. Some of them is playing the Blade Vortex. Poisonous Concoction I think is very common as well as a league starter. I think there's really not much explanation here. You just go in, don't even need to equip any weapon. Just make sure that you have the proper or correct flask, and just throw the skills out. It does a ton of damage because it is chaos damage. Alright, chaos damage at the league start, usually at league starts, they are very powerful because most of the monsters does not have chaos resistance. Right? And then we have Blade Vortex. I think Blade Vortex is a very old build, but there are a lot of variants to it. And now with this glove, right, Hrimsaw, it was actually changed last league. It used to be 40% of the physical damage converted to cold damage, but now it has 100% of physical damage converted to cold damage. Alright, means all of the physical damage that you scale with Blade Vortex is going to go to cold, and with Hatred, right, Hatred is going to buff up this skill by 2 times that amount. That's really a lot, because you and nearby allies gain 24% of physical damage as extra cold. So on top of the additional cold, you're going to get another 24%. That is on average, alright, on average, I would say it's about 42%, around there. 42% increased damage just from one aura skill gem. That's really insane, okay? It is really insane. And with the early games, I think, wait, did this guy take, let me just take a quick look at his skill tree. Yup, he took it. So basically, Occultist has this skill whereby, wait, let me open up a new skill tree and go to Occultist. Here. So basically, Profane Bloom will allow you, your cursed enemies, right, that you kill by yourself, they have a 50% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. So basically, this is the same as Obliteration, just that Obliteration has 20% chance, this is 50%. Alright, so as long as there's anything that explodes, the build has very good map clear, but probably not so strong in single target. Still manageable, but not the best. Alright, so yes, this is for Occultist. And then we have Pathfinder, which is Poisonous Concoction. Really nothing new over here. We have Pathfinder as our best flask user, so Poisonous Concoction scales very well with it. And we are going to talk about day 2 now. You can see day 2, there has been a slight drop in all of the top classes. Alright. However, Elementalist, Saboteur, and Dead-Eye, of course, Occultist still remains the same. There is actually a slight drop in Saboteur already. However, Elementalist seems to be still doing very strong with it. Alright, and then we have Dead-Eye and Occultist still remaining the same, but Pathfinder has dropped. Right, we have seen an increased amount of Inquisitor. Right, Inquisitor using Spark, and some of them is still playing RF. I would say RF is actually still decent, but it is only good at mapping. Right, it is a tanky mapper, and Spark is like all round good because of the class ascendancy that you are able to pierce 100% of the resistance. Alright, so really nothing interesting about ice. Hold on, what is this? I nearly pressed wrong. Okay, Spark. Let me just take a quick look at one of them. Okay, yes. So you can see they are using Annihilating Light. There is a lot of Unix over here. Okay, this guy is using a lot of Unix. I am honestly not sure why. I have not played an Inquisitor Spark before. Let me just see the next guy. Apparently it's the same. Alright, so these are the staples. The Call of the Brotherhood, which gives you lightning damage convert to cold damage, because Spark is a lightning damage, okay? And then you have gain 1% heat shiver, gain 1% of cold damage as extra fire damage, but 1% chill on enemy, 100% of cold damage. Oh, gain 100% of cold damage extra fire damage. So with this conversion, right, you have additional 96% cold damage, and on top of the 96% cold damage, you're still gonna have additional 100% of it as fire damage. So it's like I guess it's probably as good as double damage. I guess the only downside to this heat shiver is it doesn't have effective life, so no ES, no life, nothing. Just a double resist mod with tons of damage. And then when you combine with Annihilating Light, it deals triple damage with elemental skills. This is really good. Okay, so yes, really nothing much to say over here. Your casual classic Spark. Alright, next we have at day 3. Day 3, you can see a drop in Elementalist and Saboteur. Alright, but there is still no change between Dead-Eye and Occultist. It's still going very strong with the Venom Gyro. I think that skill is really very awesome. I might try it one day. Yeah, probably. And then we have Occultist with Blade Vortex and Varblade Vortex. Alright, eventually you want to use Varblade Vortex because of the body armor. The body armor of the Sacrificial Garb can actually +1 skill level to your Val skills, which is Blade Vortex. Alright, but on the 5th place, we have actually Inquisitor dropping an increase in Juggernaut. Okay, this is, even though they have the same percentage on the decimal point of view, there is actually more Juggernauts playing, and this is because of the Righteous Fire that I think Zizaran did share as well, and it was post, I think it was post build. Alright, he mentioned that Juggernaut is the new Righteous Fire build where you just want to go super ultra tanky that you do not die and you don't really scale with any of the elemental stuff. Basically what you're gonna do is you are just going to be a mid shield over there. Okay, let's not see Onyx. Let's just not see this guy. Alright, okay, probably this. Yes, so it is basically just a super powerful mid shield that has very powerful ascendancy. Let me just go right to there. What did they take again? Okay, so they took this undeniable increased accuracy rating, attack speed. What? They took attack speed? Okay, they took attack speed. I'm not sure why, to be honest. What? Oh, no, this is Bone Shatter. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yes, my bad. I need to click Righteous Fire. I am so sorry. I was like, wait, why is there attack speed? Okay, so this one, they took here Unstoppable, increased movement speed and action speed cannot be modified to below base value, and you cannot be stunned. I think this cannot be stunned is probably the strongest for the Unstoppable, okay? And then we have, what is that next? Okay, so basically they took Unflinching as well, 30% chance to gain Endurance Charge when you are hit, and 25% chance that if you gain Endurance Charge, you instead gain up to maximum Endurance Charge, +1 Endurance Charge. Alright, so Juggernaut is all about Endurance Charge right here. And then we have Unbreakable Armor received from Body Armor is doubled, and that is why all of them is actually using this, okay? The Brass Dome Gladiator Plate. Look, there is 4,200 base armor just right from here. Okay, I do not know what is the increase or decrease for it. Yeah, I can't see over here. But it is insane. This body armor is just a mid stick in a nutshell. Alright, it gives so much armor. With double of this, you have 8,400 armor base. Alright, combine this with Determination, your armor is going to skyrocket like nuts. It is so easy to hit 90% physical damage reduction, right? On top of that, you still have the 5% to all maximum elemental resistance. Although strength provides no bonus to maximum life, but you also take no extra damage from critical strikes. So no 1.5x more damage, no 2x more damage whatsoever. It's just flat additional, just flat damage even if the monsters crit you. But the whole point is the armor of this Brass Dome is just insanely nuts, okay? It is just so much. Alright, and the last one they took was this. It was actually Untiring. So 40% life regeneration, 1.5% of physical damage prevented from hits in the past. Then in the past 10 seconds is regenerated as life per second. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So basically a lot of regen. I guess they didn't take the others. They didn't take this either. Okay, so no area of effect, no extra damage. I mean, probably you have the chance, you have the option of taking Unyielding or this, but the whole point is just getting more regeneration, being extremely tanky so you don't die from random stuff. Okay, Unrelenting is definitely not needed from what I see here. Definitely not needed. Additional physical damage reduction, 8% reduced elemental damage, really not needed. The 4% kill resistance might be good, but with all the other items, I think you can cap kill resistance quite easily. Right, so it's just really your usual Righteous Fire. Right, and then your Fire Trap here. Righteous Fire, you only need a Falling because it is really used to just map. Right, it is really used to just map, that's all. And it's very interesting that they use life tap now. Yeah, they actually use life tap now because of the ascendancy from Juggernaut. You have so much life, you have so much regen, all your skills is just gonna scale with your life. Right, and this is basically the significant change on day 3 only, that's all. Okay, and what about today? This is the latest snapshot, and this is day 10. I think it's day 9 or 10. Okay, I can't remember, but I know it's either day 9 or day 10. Alright, one of them. And this is the current meta right now. Alright, you still have your elementalist with explosive arrow. However, ethereal knives is catching up. Alright, I am not sure who is this. It might be MBX Extreme that actually promote this build, but honestly I'm not sure. I have really no idea on this. So yeah, please don't blame me. I have no idea how this works. Okay, let's not look at this guy with Mage Blood. Can you look at something else? Maybe this? Headhunter. Oh no. Is there a more normal version of it? Right. So EK with obliteration. So everything is now just playing with obliteration. This unique item, I don't think it was buffed this league. It was actually already like this last league. So this EK is actually scaling with chaos damage, and that's why you go with obliteration. I think so. Yeah, you can see there is a lot of them that use obliteration, and then you have polarity devastation. Yes, sir. Yeah, polarity devastation. Left ring slots cover. I think they are using it on the left ring, right? Yeah. Cover enemies in ash when you ignite them. So I'm not sure how they ignite. I think it's by... Wow, there's a replica Ember Wake still. Okay. Okay, I have no idea how they ignite, but what I know is this build is coming up, quite popular, and it is a very powerful mapper. Right, that's all I can say for that. I have really no knowledge on this build. Okay, next we have Occultist with the Blade Vortex again. It was actually meta last league. Yep, it was actually meta last league, and then this league it is back. I was supposed to do a update on the POB, but I really do not have time. So let's just take a quick look, okay, at what they're actually using. I think at some point you should not be using Hrim Sorrow anymore. I'm not sure why he's still using. But yeah, this guy build is insane. I don't think I should say it's not realistic. This guy is probably playing POB, not POE. His life is 3.4k only. To me is way too low. Okay, let's just see someone that is more appropriate, someone that has a higher life probably. Oh gosh, why is their life all like so paper? Okay, maybe this guy has a 4.5k life. Let's see. Okay, what? Okay, that's very interesting. But I think nonetheless it is still decent. Apparently they don't use... Oh, okay, so this is not a double curse. One of the curse is frostbite, and the other curse, oh, they are actually using this guy is actually using blasphemy support. Okay, that's very interesting, but I think this is not a good reference as well. There isn't really any other good reference anymore. That's actually quite sad. Yeah, I don't think... Are they playing the explosive one? Okay, this guy is playing the bow build. Okay, so I think this is more appropriate. Let's just leave the headhunter aside. Okay, one thing I noticed, right, is they are no longer actually using the what is that? The curse on hit vortex. No, curse on hit frostbite ring. Okay, the changes to this league was previously it was curse enemies with frostbite on hit with 32% increase effect. Okay, so that is actually about a level 8 frostbite, which is still very decent, which is still very good. But this league, they have actually completely removed the increase effect, and now it is just pure level 1 frostbite. And that was a huge decrease in DPS, which honestly speaking, I don't really like it at all. I felt it was really very bad. So I think there are a lot of changes to be done. This guy is actually using Vortex with Arcane Surge, Unbound Helmet, and Bone Chill. And I have no idea where's his Frostbite. Frostbite? Oh, wait. He doesn't use Frostbite? Okay, so this guy actually only used Elemental Weakness. I think I am missing something. Okay, I think I am missing something, but I do not know what am I missing. Is there a curse? Oh yes, there is. Okay, so actually this guy is still using cursed enemies with Frostbite on hit. But honestly, I felt it's really very bad. Right, I would rather use the level 21 because when you're fighting bosses, the Frostbite is very, very important. Right, so yeah, this is the basically your second most popular builds for Occultist. Okay, and then we still have Saboteur. There are still some people that is trying to fight bosses, especially now with the buffs to bosses, right? Like Uba Aziri drops Aziri Disfavor. That thing is goddamn expensive. I think it's 15 divine. And then we have Starforge from Shaper, which is going like 8 divine. Last I seen, I'm not sure now, but they are still in divines, okay? So it's very expensive. Right, and I think bossing is also quite popular this league according to some of the players. So probably Saboteur might be staying around more longer than usual. Okay, and then we have Venom Gyro. Sorry, Venom Gyro. Juggernaut for the RF is still the same. Everything is still the same. Inquisitor, probably Spark. I have no idea what is Ascendant playing. Ice Spear. What? This build is still playable? Okay. I assume this is going to be the Ward Loop. Yes, this is the Ward Loop cast when damage taken build. Alright, I thought this build is actually unplayable already, but apparently it still seems to be playable. Okay. I am not sure why. And yeah, this is basically just all the top fews that are being played right now. Okay, the most popular being your Explosive Arrow and EK with Obliteration. Occultist being Blade Vortex, and then you have Saboteur with your Seismic Trap. Right, so that's it. Before I end this video, I just want to give my share or thoughts on the current meta. So I will say actually the meta is quite healthy, to be honest. Okay, it's very healthy. It is very diverse. It is kind of sad to see minions die until so low, which means you can see that Necromancer is like nowhere to be seen. And sorry to say, but Summon Raging Spirit is a meme. Alright, I just felt this skill is a meme because it doesn't really utilize its full potential as a 6-link. Okay, so if you are gonna use Unleash, basically your, where is your Raging Spirit? Your Summon Raging Spirit is not gonna scale with Unleash support at all. This Unleash support is basically just going to help you spawn more Raging Spirit at one shot, right? So this is like one redundant skill gem already. So it's a 5-link. And what if you don't use this Unleash? If you don't use this Unleash, I think you have to click so many times that it's so annoying. Okay, it's really very annoying, and I don't feel comfortable playing maps or boss by clicking like 20 times. I think the max is 20 times if I remember correctly. So yeah, really Necromancer is not in a good spot right now, especially with all the changes to minions. Right, with all the changes to the minions, I will say Necromancer actually is still one of the best beginner builds to play. Right, you have your Carrion Golem, you have the Summon Skeletons. These two builds are really very, very simple and straightforward to play for beginners. They are not punishing. You can do tons of mistakes with them and still not die, because all you need to do is to just build as a tanky character on your main character and then just scale minion damage on your minions. It's really just that simple, and forgiving is probably the word to use for beginners, and this is where beginners can actually start to learn their mechanics or how PoE actually really works and what to look out for. That's why I still think Necromancer is the easiest for beginner. Otherwise, the rest is really just very mediocre. I would say a lot of them are being hyped by streamers. Okay, they are really being hyped by streamers. Like, if you honestly ask me, do you really think Explosive Arrow is very, very strong? Honest opinion, I don't think so. Okay, I think it's a good mapper. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a good mapper. I don't think it is the best bosser, but it has its pros and cons, okay? Basically, Explosive Arrow is almost like a minion build. It's almost like a minion build, where you put totems down and then, you just run around the arena, run around the whole place. Your monsters or your boss is not going to aim you because you'll just be dodging every single thing. So yeah, we back to minion build, but now as a totem, right? Ballistic totem. Okay, and then you have BV. I'm not sure who started this trend, but the poison version is definitely being hyped. That's what I can say, okay? The poison version is definitely being hyped. I don't think they are actually using... let me just check. I don't think they are using Sacrificial Guard for the poison version. They might be using Obliteration because scales with chaos damage. But with the changes last week, right, to how cold conversion is going to work, like 100% now, and it's so easy to convert cold with the explode, I can say it is very, very strong. Like this has been here the whole entire time already. I am not sure why it is only being hyped like right now. Okay, that's what I can say. I have really no idea why is this being hyped right now. I think this was already for the past 4 leagues. Yup, for the past 4 leagues. I played this like 4 leagues ago. This cold conversion explode Blade Vortex. It is very, very good. For those of you that actually played a while last league, where you actually followed my Blade Vortex, you will understand how I feel. Okay, mapping is just a beast on this guy. You just go through everything and you clear stuff that are even off screen. Okay, it is not the best bosser, but it's decent enough to even kill the field on high budget. Okay, and we have Saboteur still staying there, of course, and the rest of them is really just hype. Okay, but nonetheless, I think it's a very good and healthy meta right now as compared to the past or previous leagues. Like when Necromancer or minions was a thing, you can see the whole entire world or almost majority of the players are just playing Necromancer. There is no diversity or whatsoever, alright? Everybody is just playing minions. You either join them to win, or you can join some other group to just lay around and play very casually. Yep, so if you want to win or you want to really progress very powerful and very fast, you gotta join the club. Otherwise, it's just bad. Okay, that comes to the end of this video. So if you have any questions, do join the Discord and I will try to answer your questions. And if you like my video, do remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Bye!